Hi. So today I am studying inorganic chemistry, which is pretty easy. One chapter is pretty easy, and the other one that I did not study that well. Like, it was a chapter that I used to skip. I know some concept, but I didn't like that chapter. So today I'm going to confront it and study that chapter. And the chapter is coordination compound from inorganic chemistry, right? And there has been a thought in my mind for a while that I wanted to share with you. Since I have been there as well, so I thought, why not to share with you all. And let me ask you something and be completely honest, okay? When you said that you studied 4 hours yesterday, were you actually studying, or you were just sitting at your desk with your notes opened, but your brain was entirely somewhere else thinking about something else? Because I have realized this, that there is a massive difference between physically present at a study session or actually being mentally engaged with the content, with the study, with the topics. For most of my life, I have always been the first type of person. For hours of passive studying, but nothing sticks to your brain actually. And that is not studying, guys. It's cosplaying as a student when you actually don't want to, but you quite don't know the difference between when you feel like that you are doing, but you're actually not. And I'm saying this from my personal experience, not to judge you all, and it's fine, but as fast as you can find the difference between them and work towards active recall, everything is going to change, and I actually mean it. So yeah, I had this thought in my mind for a while, where even I was confused between those two for a long time, and maybe I am trying to improve on that thing, and I do think I can improve, and I will improve on upon that. So yeah, now the time is running and the clock is tickling, and we have less time to study. 4 days are remaining, and let's just hope everything falls back to its right place. And let's just start studying. Active studying versus passive studying. This is probably the single biggest thing that separates students who do well from students who study a lot but don't see the result. Passive studying is reading, highlighting, rewriting notes. It feels productive, it looks productive, but your brain isn't being challenged, so it's not really storing information long term. Meanwhile, active studying is closing the books, trying to recall what you just read, writing down everything you remember without looking, explaining a concept as loud as if you're teaching to someone, as if you're teaching it to a 5-year-old. Doing practice questions before you feel ready, it's uncomfortable. It feels harder, and that's why it works, because the struggle of retrieval is what builds the memory. Here's a practical thing: after you read any topic today, close your book and notes, and on a blank page, write down everything you remember. Everything. Then check what you have missed. The gap between what you thought you know and what you actually knew. This is your real study material. Focus there. Not on rereading already what you know. The goal isn't to feel like you're studying. The goal is to actually retain information so you can reproduce it under exam conditions. Those are very different targets, and as soon as you understand the difference between those two, studying and how can your memory, how can your learning become automatic. And yes, that is it what I wanted to say or share with you all, guys. Make sure to follow the active recall if you want to study in less amount of time and remember most of the things that you have. Hi, so the day has completed and I would say I have solved a ton of question today which I personally didn't wanted to at all. Like there were times when okay, I have understood every concept, now it's time to solve question, and when I took the notes and the question to solve, it's just so tough to get to the point to solve it. Like for some reason I don't know, but solving questions has become harder. Not because it is hard to solve, but because it is hard to start solving. And I have really struggled at this topic today. But let's focus on improving the thing, right? Question solving is done. I know it was hard, but it is at the end done. And now 4 days are left and things have started to get real. The stress, the fear of the paper and how will it go, or will I be able to solve the questions that I did here in the exam hall. But I do feel like that today's session was quite productive and I have done the things that I said about inorganic chemistry, and it is going good as far as now it has been. And yes, I do feel like that today's session was quite productive, not just in hours but also in understanding the concept, the depth, and the questions. So yes, I am feeling pretty good about it. And if you're watching this and you have been studying passively, try to switch it tomorrow because it really does help, and you will itself notice a change in the memory, in the conceptual clearance, right? And I know it is tough because you have always been thinking that rereading the notes, going through the pages, it's quite productive, but it's really not that much. I would not say it doesn't play a role, but it's just not as good of a method to remember the stuff for a long term than it is active studying, active recall is. So try that out and tell me what changes do you guys have had in the session, in the studying, right? So yeah, that is it for today. This was day 19 of 48 Smart. See you guys tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe the channel if you want to know more about my journey, improve your discipline, confidence and studies. Thank you for watching. Signing off.